the Barrie Chamber today for our free workshop, the how and the why of social video. So before we get started today, just like to, oh, sorry, I'm supposed to introduce myself. I got the wrong script here. Anyways, in an online world, we need to actively find ways to stop top of mind for our existing, or stay top of mind for existing customers and to reach new markets. Social video can put your business ahead of the curve by taking advantage of the algorithms created in social platforms. A professionally created video can do wonders for your brand, but social video will also help the conversation or keep the conversation going between marketing campaigns. With video, you can showcase your products and services while building a real human connection with your audience. Today, our experts will talk about why social platforms want you to use video and how to make good videos for even better results. So I'll introduce each of our panelists shortly. After sharing their expertise, we're going to proceed directly into a Q&A session. To submit questions, please use the submit questions button, the Q&A at the bottom of your screen, and then I will move along with the questions and keep the conversation going with our panelists once we're done here. So joining us this morning are James Martin from Magic Cut Media and Promotions. Good morning, James.
Good morning, everyone.
Sarah Taylor from Taylor Media Promotions, who's also one of our serves on our board of directors and also runs our membership committee. So Sarah's quite involved with the chamber.
Good morning, everyone.
That said, good morning. With that said, we're going to kick it off with James. Have at it.
Fantastic. Well, again, thank you so much, everyone, for allowing me to come and speak. So I'm super excited for us to be here. So yes, as we know, the topic was about video, but one of the things I feel is very, very important is that, I mean, we might hear about, oh, we need to be using video, we need to be using video. And I think there's a lot of different businesses out there that are just kind of thinking, well, you know, I don't really feel like doing it. I don't feel comfortable being in video. Like, is there really a point? Well, let me put it this way, okay? We're now coming out of the quarantine lockdown sort of era. And I'm sure that for a lot of businesses out there, this was a very, very, very tough sort of few months, right? A lot of you businesses had to completely shut down. Some of you had to be sort of partially open. There's a couple of you guys that were able to keep going, which was fantastic. But for the rest of the economy, it's been pretty tough. So how can we make sure that if there is a situation, whatever that situation is, where we're forced to not be able to work on our business, how can we keep going and keep marketing and growing our online influence? Well, this is where video can be a very important tool. So again, just to give everyone a big reminder, you know, we had the quarantine. So how can we make sure that we can, even if we have to stop running our business, whether we're sick, whether we're sleeping, whether we're on vacation, or we're in another quarantine, how can we continue to market our business? And the way that I usually go about this, and I usually talk to everyone about, is do you have an automatic system that can continue marketing and growing your online influence while you're away from your business? So what I want to talk to you guys about is essentially how to create an automatic sort of marketing system that's 100% free and will only take just 1 hour of your time every single month. And then it'll continue to keep growing and growing and growing using the power of video. So again, remember, this system will only take you 1 hour a month. Once you get started, it'll just keep growing on its own, and it's super easy. Okay, you see the picture of, I have a nice little smoothie there on the beach. Imagine if that could be you, where you're just relaxing on the beach during these nice summer times, but your business is still growing. And I can guarantee you, absolutely, this will cost you no money whatsoever, because this is one of the common questions I get about video is, how much money should I put in? How much money is it going to cost me for equipment? Do I have to put money in it? You absolutely don't have to. You can literally do this for free using the stuff that you have or using free available resources out there. You have nothing to lose. And as a matter of fact, what I'm about to teach you regarding this automatic marketing system, I would suggest to you to really try and implement this for the next 6 months. Okay, do this every month until the end of 2020. They'll give you a 6-month period, and then you can see for yourself how this will affect your business, and then it will start growing from there. And see, where I come from, I've already developed my marketing system, and it's continuing to grow every single day. I've spent over 2 years where I consistently work to create my marketing system that now gets viewed by over 8,800 individuals every single month. Basically, how we're going to create this marketing system that's going to grow your online presence and help you to reach more individuals, regardless if you're actively working on it or not, is by using YouTube. Now, I'm sure we've all heard a lot about YouTube, about the common statistics, like the fact that there's 2 billion people that use YouTube, and there's millions of individuals that log in to actively use YouTube every single month. But I want to go a little step further from this, because again, the whole point of this is to show you that your YouTube channel will help you bring in more views, will help continue marketing and growing your online presence, regardless if you're actively working on it or not. So let me tell you why not having a YouTube channel in the year 2020 going into 2021 is perhaps the biggest mistake you could be doing right now. So I'm sure you all have heard about entrepreneurial master Gary Vaynerchuk. All right, he's a very well-known, corporate master, CEO, millionaire. But did you know that his very first YouTube channel, which was called Wine Library TV, which is a YouTube channel that he created for his father's wine store back in 2006, okay? Now, mind you, between 2006 till about several years ago, it was very active. He posted over 1,000 videos. But if you were to look at consistent statistics from today, his channel still gets over 27,000 views per month. And what's really interesting is he hasn't posted any videos to this channel in over 3 years. Okay, now when I talk about your marketing system, I'm talking about you could walk away for maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks. Like if you go on a really long vacation, maybe a few months. This channel hasn't been active in 3 years, and it's still growing and it's still marketing itself. Now, let's go even bigger. This is Sean Cannell's YouTube channel. It's called Think Media, which I highly recommend that you go check out next time you have a chance. His channel gets 3.3 million views per month, and he even says that he makes at least $30,000 per month just from his YouTube videos. Okay, imagine making $30,000 every single month just from your YouTube videos. And finally, I want to show you the king of all YouTube channels, Jimmy's Mr. Beast. Check this out, 354 million views every single month. And he is quite literally making millions of dollars. Listen, here's a big question I want to ask you guys. If there was a public event that attracted millions of individuals, okay, you would probably do everything that you could to get exposure for your business there. If there was a billboard that was seen by millions of individuals every single month, you would probably pay whatever you could to get that sort of attention for your company. So here's my big question. Why aren't you on YouTube? Again, it's free. You only have to work on it at least 1 hour per month. And then you see the infinite potential in the amount of exposure that you can get. So right now, we're going to create a YouTube channel that basically is going to get you views while you snooze. And it's a very easy setup. So first off, you're basically going to create a YouTube channel by creating a Google account. Just if you go to Google, create an account, go straight to YouTube, boom, you already have a YouTube channel. Next, you want to make sure that you're working on creating a good video. Now, often I see a lot of insecurity when it comes to, oh, what should my video look like? What kind of equipment should I look like? It's really more simple than you're probably thinking. First, I always say to everyone, use what you have. And what you typically always have is this thing, a phone. Use your phone and start creating your own videos. Don't worry about having to get all sorts of equipment. I know there's a picture of a gentleman with a tripod. You can get it. They are cheap. You don't have to. There are tons of people who don't. But the point is, use what you have. You have windows, they bring in light. Make sure the place is quiet so you don't need to get microphones. What's important is when you come up with your videos, what you're definitely not going to talk about is just your business. Your videos are not just selling points. They're not just ads. As a matter of fact, what you really need to focus on is how to add value. It's when you throw value out there that people will come to you because they're interested in what you're sharing. So what kind of topics could we be talking about? Well, you can share tips. How about here's 6 tips on how to grow your business. Here's 3 things that you should not do when filing your taxes. How review a product or a service that's related to your business, right? Every time a social media platform might come out, Sarah Taylor could go straight to that social media site and review it and tell you, it's like, listen, is this hot? Is this worth it? Should you try it? Should you not? All sorts of stuff come and go. Walk through a process. Do your customers know how to file their taxes? Do your customers know how to sign up for insurance? Give professional advice. Remember, you're the expert. Share the stuff that you know. Answer common questions. You can even talk to other experts related to your field. Solve problems, or here's the big one, involve pulp culture and create stuff that's entertaining. Your stuff doesn't just have to be black and white, educating everyone. It can also have something that's interesting. So get involved with pulp culture. See how you can mix all that in. Visit relevant locations or events and document the experience. You know, I'm just going to throw a challenge out to Sarah Taylor right now, just because I know she's here and I can do this. I'll just take advantage of it. Sarah Taylor, next time you go to the Facebook headquarters, can you please document that experience? I'm dying to know what the Facebook headquarters looks like.
It's cool. I did the last time I was down, so it was cool.
Oh, fantastic. But I'm just throwing an example out there. I mean, jokes aside, that's a unique experience. Not everyone gets to go to the Facebook headquarters. So that's something that you can bring because it's interesting and it shows your expertise, especially in this particular situation. And share jokes. It's okay to be funny. Look up jokes related to your industry. People will get a kick out of it. There's tons of that out there. So think of ways on how you can add value and just do something interesting. And my biggest suggestion is if you cannot come up with any ideas, go on YouTube and search up what other people in your industry are doing. Search up other marketing experts, other financial experts, other travel agents, because I guarantee you, you will most likely find someone in your industry that already has a relevant, successful YouTube channel, and they're constantly creating all sorts of content and videos around what they're doing. That's interesting, at least. So use that as an example. Once you have your videos, there's many different things we're going to talk about. Again, for this, we're going to talk about your YouTube channel. When it comes to Sarah Taylor, she's going to cover more about how you can take those videos and put them on other social media platforms so you can get multiple uses out of your own videos, and you should. So with your YouTube channel, it's actually very simple. You're basically going to go up to upload, which is free. And once you upload it, what you need to do is you need to think of a few things. One, come out with a title that someone will search up and want to click on your video. In a moment, we're going to talk about the stuff that you really should not do when it comes to your video. And one of the examples is, please do not title your video as something like Business Highlight 2020 video. Like, please don't, because no one's going to watch it. That's not going to entice you to want to watch it. Think of something like, again, as I said before, here's how to file your taxes. That is a question that someone is going on YouTube to search up. Remember, YouTube is also a search engine. Google and YouTube are the 2 most commonly used search engines. People are going on YouTube to search up questions so that people like you can solve their questions and solve their problems. Another example is search up something like, here's my top 10 travel tips. All right, because someone is searching that up. And by the way, if you go and search up traveling, there's tons of that on YouTube. Just going to throw that out there. So think of something that everyone's going to want to click on. If you want a great example, I mean, I can't highly recommend. Check out this guy. If you want to get into the pop culture and really understand how to really succeed on YouTube, you can look at his videos and get a really clear understanding of what good titles you should be thinking about. Then in the description, probably the biggest sin I see of all time when I see people upload their videos is they don't take advantage of the description. It's basically this humongous paragraph that's just beneath the video when you watch it. This is primary real estate. You have up to 5,000 characters that you can use to write in your description. Take advantage of it. And when I say that, imagine that someone is watching your video for the very first time. They're just getting introduced to you. They're just getting introduced to your video and your company for the first time. They want to get as much information as possible. Again, we're not selling them in the video, but what we can do is once you have that video out there, in the description, include a paragraph of what your company is about, and that's fine. You can include a paragraph of what the video is about, just in case someone is wanting to read the description as soon as they click on your video and just wonder, okay, is this worth me watching? Include your website. I don't see enough people including their website. Include all your social media, all of it, or at least the ones that you really want to promote. Take advantage of that. If you're offering some sort of a free download, a free checklist, something like that, where you're basically trying to collect emails, then include that as well. Whatever you need to include in that description, please do. You're never, ever going to run out of room. So really take advantage of that description because that's primary real estate. And then it's that simple. Basically what you're doing is you're doing exactly that. You're creating a video, you're uploading it to YouTube, and basically you're going to do that at least once a week. Or you're doing 4 of these videos per month. And again, this is only going to be 1 hour every month. So in 1 hour, you can create 4 videos, upload them to YouTube, and then YouTube allows you to schedule them out ahead of time. So you can just have 1 video come out every Saturday, every Monday, whichever that timing works for you. I mean, Sarah can talk a lot more about finding the right time to post information to your target market. But essentially, you're just doing that. It's that simple. So I really can't recommend to you enough. Post a video every week, or at least make them at the beginning of the month, schedule them out for the remainder of the month, and do that between now and the end of the year, and you'll see the results. Finally, just before I finish, I just want to end with this. Instead of necessarily me telling you what to do, I just want to share, here's what you specifically should not ever do. Number 1, please don't post 10 videos and then give up. Like, probably one of the biggest complaints I get a lot when it comes to other people saying to me why they're not growing their YouTube channel is they're just like, well, I'm not getting the results I want. It's not growing as much as I would like. And I go to their YouTube channel and they've posted maybe 6 videos, 10 videos. You got to post at least 25. Heck, there are some professional YouTubers that say post at least 100 if you really want to see results. For this example, I do like to suggest just post 25. Just put your head down and commit to posting 25 videos between now and the end of the year. Then you'll see something very significant in your growth. Here's also what you should not do. Do not make every single video an ad. Remember, you're giving back, you're not selling. Do not post all 4 videos at once. I know you can be a little bit of an eager beaver. You have all these great videos, just like, oh, I can't wait for everyone to watch them. Be patient, schedule them out, and pace them. Make sure it's consistently on a weekly basis as well. Don't get stiff. Make sure you just relax, okay? Your personality is your greatest asset when it comes to your brand. Don't be afraid to speak out. Share your quirks, share your personality, your humor. That's all you. You are your brand. So just relax and open up. After a while, it's going to become very, very comfortable. And as I said before, please, 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 like if I could add another one commandment to the 10 commandments, it would be this. Do not, by any means, write bold titles like Business Highlight Video 2020 or a video that just says about me. Please don't. again, you want to think of video types that someone's going to want to click on, such as I said before. So remember, videos is the way that you can help not only expand your brand, but also grow your online influence, and it can keep growing even while you're away, whether it's another quarantine, hopefully not, or it could be while you're on vacation or getting views while you snooze. So that's my segment. I'll now pass it over to Sarah.
Hey, everyone. So great job. Way to go, James. Great job. A lot of great tips in there. And basically, a lot of the tips that James talked about are the things that I'm going to be just reiterating. So the first thing that you're going to need when it comes to the social part and putting those videos up on your Facebook, you're going to put it on your Instagram page. You can even put it on your LinkedIn page. All of these things you'll want to do. Now, here's the one tip I am going to give you. Please do not take that video that you've done and put up on YouTube and take that link and then share it onto Facebook or Instagram. It's not going to get the same amount of hits. So that's a huge tip from me to you. Please do not do that. If you notice, if you've ever done that, you'll notice that on your Facebook page or on your Instagram or anything, the video, the square is like this big, right? But if you upload the actual video, it now becomes big and bold and full centered. So that was one of the things I really want to make sure that you don't do. That's don't do that. That's not a very good thing to do. So the other thing I wanted to share with you is when it comes to using social media, really all you're going to need, I don't know, you can't see it, but put your cell phone up, okay? Use your cell phone and be you. Have fun with this. I know a lot of you that are watching, you actually see me on video, and I just have fun with it. I know people will probably go, oh gosh, what's Sarah doing now? But it's about being you. It's about having fun. It's just put the camera arm length away, or if you do have a stick, use a stick and just have fun with it. Use some of the filters that are in there as well. So whether if you're going to be using it on Facebook, or you're going to be using it on Instagram, or you're going to be using it on LinkedIn, you know, there's all kinds of tools there on your cell phone that you can use to post those videos. The other thing that I would recommend, and this is a huge tip, huge, okay, you might want to write this one down. When you're posting, if you're going to post to Instagram, make sure that your business pages are linked, okay? So that way it will post from Instagram right over to your Facebook story as well, or your Instagram profile to your Facebook profile. Now, that's if you're just using that. But that will save you some time. But when it comes to using the stories, we all have a less than a 7-second attention span now, right? So make it engaging, have fun with it. Make it short and sweet and to the point. You can actually promote your products. You can promote your services. You can just say, hey, everybody, I'm like yesterday, I did that video about this today. And I was actually down at Manette's Point. I went, hey, James and I are going to be talking this morning. Hope you will join us. It's a great way to get people, letting them know. It's the video on your Facebook page, whether you're just doing recorded video or you're going to do live. Remember, this is like your own TV show. Every Sunday morning, I do my Sarah Sunday Morning Social Media Secrets at 8:15. It's like my own TV show. I'm giving a tip, all right? But it's not about selling. It is about letting people get to know you, creating that relationship, getting people engaged, asking them. Use the polls that you can actually put polls on there. Use all those tools. Those are the things that are going to get the customer engaged, and those are the things that customers are going to feel like they're part of something. But here's the most important thing. Another big tip I can give you is if somebody is engaged on any one of your profiles, whether they're leaving a comment or they're asking a question or they're doing something, they're liking it, make sure if they're doing any of those comments, make sure you respond to those. Make sure you reply to those comments because it makes them feel important. It really does. So when it comes to promoting yourself, I'm going to show you. I'm going to share my screen. Oh my goodness, everything's popping up here. I'm going to share my screen and you'll see when it comes to uploading. So right now, if you're going to do through your Facebook page, so here's my Facebook page. So say I want to do, put a video up And we're going to go video. And let's go here. And we'll go down to videos that I've already done. Videos. Oh, and by the way, happy Emoji Day. Today's Emoji Day. So there's all kinds of stuff that we can do with that. Videos, right here. We'll do that one. Open that up. So in here, this is where when you're going to do videos, you want it exactly the same with YouTube. You want to be able to put an engaging title. So the title must be, how do I search? Whatever you want to put in there. Make sure you spell check it, make sure it's correct, okay? Also put in your description. The other things that you'll want to do is if you want to tag a business or tag people, absolutely tag them here. Use any of the emojis, what you're doing and how you're feeling, okay? If you're at a business, check in, make sure you tag that business. So like today, I actually tagged the chamber, I actually tagged James, and I tagged the actual businesses as well, all right? Audience restrictions you don't need to do right now. If you have business partners, you can actually do the branding. If you have products, you can actually, in your Facebook page, you can actually tag those products. But you can add a messenger button so people can message you right away, and that's so important. The next thing you want to do is you also want to put in the tags. So these are things, so like local business, okay? Now with Facebook, you'll notice that they actually have their own tags, so I recommend you put those in. You can select a language, so you want to put English, okay? Then from down here, once you've done that, then you can do the thumbnail. So you can actually pick the thumbnail you want to use. If you want to use subtitles, you can actually do that as well. You can put your video language, or you can add the captions, you can do a default. And the next section is you can do the polls. You can actually create a poll with this. So it really helps getting the consumer engaged. And then you can also do a tracking. So if you have a pixel, you can actually do that as well. So, and then if you do 360 mode, if you are actually using it as a 360, you can actually use that as well. So you see all the tools that are involved in here. It is absolutely incredible. From there, once you have it up, you can publish it now, you can make it a premiere, you can schedule it, you can backdate it, or you can even save it as a draft to use at a later time. So when it comes to promoting your business, I can save that as a draft and I can do it later. Okay, exit without saving, all right? So it gives you the opportunity to give you the tools that you need. But the first thing that you're gonna need is just your cell phone. Start with that, have some fun with it. Just do some fun things with it. That's my suggestions to you. When it comes to Instagram, use the filters, use the stories, have fun with it. And just remember, the more fun you have with it, the more people are gonna be engaged. The more people are gonna wanna follow you, and they're gonna wanna say, oh, what you up to now, okay? Just like when I used to run around with the chamber site, right? So have fun. Don't be scared. And if you are feeling nervous, because there's a lot of businesses that when I say, okay, we're gonna do some video, they're all like, oh no, no. You want to just have fun with it. If you're unsure, like if you're not comfortable with it, then what I would recommend is practice. Get your video, get your cell phone, practice with that, or use a mirror. Just pretend in the mirror like you're talking to somebody. So, or have a friend and just bounce the idea off them. And if you want, put the camera over there and just record it. Just have fun with that. So there's some of my tips when it comes to social video. Make sure you, number one, be you, have fun, smile. All right, don't use monotone voice. If you're going to talk like this the whole time, nobody's going to want to be really involved with this, and they're just going to go no. They're going to bounce off. But if you change your voice inflection, if you move around a little bit, if you start pointing, if you have fun, people are going to be more engaged. Number two, go and have a good time with it, and just relax. It's all about engaging and getting people involved. And you can also bring somebody in, like having James with you, right? Or having Paul. These are all the things that getting more people involved with it is the better. Okay. So there's some of my tips. Paul?
Well, my first suggestion is don't have me on any videos. I have a face.
Oh, you're fun.
And a voice for, I don't know, the phone, but good tips, lots of fun. Yeah, a video in some of these functions on Facebook and YouTube for even for guys of my generation. I'm reasonably tech savvy. I like this stuff, but it's still a giant box of darkness for me as well. So this is kind of enlightening. I'm from a business mind. How do you monetize a YouTube channel? So maybe you covered that and I missed it, but how do you make $30,000 a month doing videos? I mean, I've recently become a TikTok guy, so I can see how that works a little bit. I don't know how you monetize it, but same thing with YouTube. I just bought a Traeger little smoker thing, and I've been on YouTube trying to figure out how to, spend fortune on meat and burn it in different ways. But so I can understand how that works. But how do you monetize it?
That's a great question. James, you want to answer that one?
Of course, and that is a really, really great question, because eventually, I mean, while you're growing all in this influence, of course, you really want to turn it into a business, because otherwise you're going to just dry yourself out. So there's a few common ways that you can use your YouTube in order to make money. The primary way that every business should be doing is always lead it back to your business. And remember, your YouTube channel, use it as a sales funnel. Right? It's going to go to your website, or it's going to go to a specific link that's going to then get all the customers to either buy a product or download a service or get coaching, whichever. So that's one way. The second way is, now this is more when you get into, when you start getting significant growth on your YouTube, like once you hit 1,000 subscribers and you're getting X number of minutes watched and views and stuff like that, then you can get what's called Google AdSense. What that means is when you go on YouTube and you see all these popping up, well, that means is that the YouTube channel, they're posting ads on top of their videos. Those ads you can skip if you like, but essentially when those ads get premiered in a video, then they're paying YouTube, and then YouTube pays the creator. Every time those ads get popped up, then the creators are getting a small income every month. And obviously, depending on the size of your channel, the amount of views and the amount of growth that you have, the amount of money that YouTube will pay you. That's just a very, very small portion, but everyone else will typically do sponsorships or affiliate programs. Affiliate programs are huge nowadays. I would highly recommend to every single business out there, go to Amazon and get an Amazon affiliate program. Because what they will do is when you take products from Amazon, these could be books, these could be equipment, these could be a bunch of different, you go there, you get a link for those products, you put it in the description of your video, and you say, hey, by the way, here's a book I highly recommend. It's Tony Robbins' latest book. Download it because I can't recommend it enough. Because you're an affiliate, because you're leading everyone to buy it, basically Amazon's going to pay you 10% of whatever anyone pays for not only that book, but everything else that they buy from Amazon within 24 hours after clicking that link. So if I buy the book and then end up buying, let's say, $1,000 of something else, then you're going to get 10% of that. So it's really, really huge. And there's tons of affiliate programs out there. Can't recommend that enough. And once you get to a significant growth, you might even want to think about merchandise. Remember, you are an influencer. You're becoming, well, a celebrity. So it's not going to hurt you to start thinking of how you can create print on demand, or how to work with a small business that can produce posters, clothing, mugs, whichever that has your brand or a very specific message. Sell magnets, sell pens, sell whichever, and then sell those in the description of your video. So it's just about taking advantage of how, when you have the exposure and the influence on your YouTube channel, how to use that in many sorts of ways that you can start making money off of that. Does that answer your question, Paul?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I had an idea, but that is a really good, clear kind of explanation as to how that works. So basically what you're saying is I could put up, Paul's how to burn meat on a Traeger video, and then start getting products from Amazon and using them. So if you want to burn a steak, use this, you know, whatever. And eventually, with the number of videos you have out, you start getting some traction. So is that one of the reasons why you would put up a minimum of say, 25 videos just to get started so that you start getting noticed by some of these other channels?
Yeah, now I will point out, so when I say 25, what I'm basically asking for is a commitment. So, I mean, for, again, other people, they recommend that you post 100 videos. I'm suggesting to small businesses, post at least 25, because at that point, you're either committed or you're not. Because as I mentioned, there's a lot of businesses that post like 6 or 10 videos and then just give up, and then they wonder we're not getting views. Well, of course you're not going to get views, because it's all about over time. You keep doing this consistently over time. And I've been doing YouTube consistently for over 2.5 years. And I grew my channel from what was 23 subscribers to now over 540 over 2.5 years. And I mean, I've probably posted maybe 100 videos by now, but really I'm suggesting do 25, because then by then you're either committed to the long haul or you're not. By 25 videos, you'll start to notice some attraction, and you'll start to get some comments, some subscribers, and then you can start making a decision. It's like, okay, well, I've given this a go for 25 videos, 6 months. Do I want to keep going? Do I see the potential in this going and basically just doing pretty much the same thing from here on out? Or do I just really not want to do this? So I usually say 25 is like the bare minimum. Just aim for that, put your head down, just do that. And then you can make a decision whether you want to commit for the long term. But it's really just about the long term. YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. So you basically just keep your head down, and you keep going and going and going and going and going. Maybe by the time you hit 100 videos, then you'll get 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, who knows? But you got to commit to the long term.
So, sounds good. I'm being a little exaggerated here. I mean, most people are going to post videos because they're trying to promote a local business, not necessarily to become an influencer. So the 25 talking points builds content, makes you a center of influence, or a trusted advisor, if you want to look at it from that perspective, and drives people to your site. So that's the primary reason behind it. So with that, how long would a video, like a typical video, be? I mean, most people that are going to be of my ilk won't want to be on there for an hour.
It depends.
Depends. Okay.
It would depend. It depends on what you're talking about. So if you're talking about how to burn meat with your trigger, then you might want to be, a few minutes long. But if you're doing an instruction video, it's going to be a little bit longer. 3 to 4 minutes is usually good, but you have to keep in mind, people do have a very short attention span. If it's on social media, I like to say 30 seconds, 15, 30 seconds to up to just over a minute, just depending on what you're going to do. So if you would like your video to be on Instagram TV, it's got to be over a minute, right? So just depends on what the topic is about, as how long the video is going to be. But just remember, if you're going to be putting it on Instagram stories or Facebook stories, you want to make sure that it's short and sweet to the point, because stories are really quick. People get bored and they will bounce off. They will forward tap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's, the expectation is that it's going to be longer. How do I fix my phone, or how do I? Yeah.
But that's something you would actually put as a post. You wouldn't put that really in a story because it's too long. So, right? Or throw it up on YouTube.
So another question, how does stories work? I post a video there. Can it still be found later as it gone as soon as I post another video or photo to my story? I don't understand that my story thing. I posted something up the other day, got all sorts of likes on it. I didn't even know I did it, but whatever.
So stories, yes. They usually come down within 24 hours, but you as the administrator will actually, if you set it up properly, if you need help, contact me later, I'll show you how to do it. But you can actually save those stories and you can reuse them later on if you want to. And you can actually, on Instagram, you can actually put, there's different tabs that you can actually put into your Instagram that will actually save them to there. So
that could be an easy way to sort of ease into this whole video thing by doing little short stories, getting comfortable with it.
Yeah, just, hey, how you doing? Get the cell phone out. Practice with it.
I think everyone needs to drag around a 15-year-old in their pocket until they figure this out on a regular basis. Or a 22-year-old that I have sitting at home that likes doing this stuff on a regular basis.
Yeah. Honestly, Paul, it really is just about practicing. It's about getting comfortable, getting that building your own self-esteem, being in front of a camera. It's not the more you practice, it's just like when we were kids and we were growing up, when we were playing sports, we were doing anything, the more we practice, the better we got at it. It's exactly the same with this.
I think even if you look at these virtual webinars that we're doing, we're getting a lot more comfortable on camera doing these, and it's just like having a regular conversation. You got to think of it that way, and it makes it much easier. So, so I know with Instagram as well, is it wise to maybe do things through Instagram and then upload into Facebook, or opposite? So you're hitting two channels at the same time, or how would you handle that?
So what I recommend, because don't forget, Facebook owns Instagram, right?
Right.
So I recommend, play nice in their sandbox. So go post it on Instagram. Make sure you have it connected, so it will automatically upload into your Facebook page. Right? Yeah. So, and plus it's time saving. The digital world can be very time consuming. So anything that you can do that's quicker and faster, absolutely.
Yeah, it's funny. I find myself going for quick updates onto Instagram because I don't have to deal with all the fluff and anger that you get on Facebook these days. You just sort of get into the meat of whatever it is that somebody's posting up if you're trying to keep up with friends or maybe a business that you follow or a celebrity kind of thing. So, okay, that's good.
But just remember, if somebody does comment on it, please reply to them. Make them feel special.
All right, sounds good. So how consistent do I need to be in format? Should I be looking at it as a series or my TV channel, like Sarah said, where I should be have a consistent schedule or format for the video, or should I mix it up? So should the background be the same? Does it make sense to have some consistency, maybe with font or?
Mm-hmm. Well, we're talking branding now.
Yep. Okay.
So if you notice, I've got my brand here, right? So you want people to notice your brand, just like the reason why you have the chamber banner behind you. Okay. The more people see your brand, the more the brain is going to remember it. Okay. So that's my biggest thing. Make sure yes. I'm getting back.
Yeah, I'm getting some feedback there.
Yeah, it's some really good feedback here. But one of the things I would say is you can mix it up. I know when I do my Sarah Sunday morning, sometimes I'm in my office, sometimes I'm outside, right? It's just about, it's about you, and you're the focal point and just having fun.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. So I'm sort of doing questions from within our panel here as I go along here, just sort of more conversationally. And I just lost the one I had. How stories work. How many posts should I make in a day in order to stay relevant? I know that this is sort of debated. You can burn yourself out pretty quickly if you get a little too heavily into this.
It depends. So please also remember, it is also a news feed, okay? The news feed changes every second that somebody puts another post up. So it depends on how many people that you personally follow. But with an actual business page, I usually like to say 2 posts a day on average, because if you're going to post in the morning and you're going to post at night, it just depends. You want to post when when you think your ideal clients are online, okay? And Facebook, there's all kinds of traffic tools that we can actually show you when to post. But when it comes to posting for your business, just remember it is a news feed. There's a good chance we all do this, right? I don't know if you can see my thing. Oh, 1, scroll twice, scroll, and then you click on something and you go, oh, scrolled, and then you go back. Now the algorithm has changed. So everything that you've seen on that first newsfeed might not be there again. So it just depends. Depends on who your client is, depend on what you're doing. Are you sharing an event? Are you just talking? Are you giving motivational stuff? Are you, just remember when it comes to promoting yourself, you want to do the jab, 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 right hook. So jab, jab, jab is not a sales thing. It's here's a tip, here's what's going on in the community. Did you see what this person did? Whatever, right? And the right hook is, hey, we're having a sale. We've got this going on. So less salesy, more fun.
Yeah, more fishing with a net than anything else, right? A little bit of luck.
Exactly.
To get you, and then eventually you build it up. So here's a good question about what video editor would you recommend? So I'm using a PC right now, but I'm a Mac guy, and when I did my stint as a private investigator, I would use iMovie. Just felt it was really easy, and I could I could add in different panels, like a timestamp on it very, very easily, and found it kind of idiot proof. I know that they had some other paid for iterations of that, but there's lots of different things. Like you can even edit using iMovie on an iPhone if you have it. So what would you recommend, James, as far as a simple editor that's not gonna break the bank for somebody? Or, and not take up a ton of room on your computer, right? Because that's what happens. You get these video clips and all of a sudden your computer is going about, 8 seconds an hour because you got it so full of video, right?
Absolutely. So those are kind of two very interesting kind of points and questions. So regarding the free video software, so there are tons of free video softwares out there. If you're having a Mac, chances are your Mac will already come with a software called it's already included, it's free. And what's great about the Mac softwares is that they're very easy to use, and you get support from Apple, and they can train you on how to use iMovie. It's really that simple. If you're on Windows, there's a chance that you might have a software called Windows Movie Maker. It may or may not, but that's also free and is usually included with that. If you're looking for other good recommendations for free video software, then there's a software called, I believe it's called Fade In. If you want, I can include links into the live, but there's one called Fade In, which is free. There's another one called DaVinci, and these are free softwares that you can just download. I would highly recommend that you all do is, if you really want to look into a software, just try something out. You may find it that, maybe you try DaVinci and you're like, you know what, this doesn't work for me. I'm not really understanding how this works. I just prefer using iMovie. If that's you, great, use iMovie. That's something that works for you. And I promise, find a software, and if you're not sure how to use it, go online, go on YouTube, search up a tutorial, because there's tons of tutorials out there. And then what was your second point, Paul? You're asking about how to save room on your computer while making videos. So the best thing I can suggest is, once you've made your videos, I mean, the truth of the matter is videos will take up a lot of room. That's just how it is. I mean, I have literally 3 hard drives. That's 7 bytes in total of space, okay, because I produce so many videos. You'll just might want to invest in a hard drive. If you want to get to making 25 videos or even 100, you might want to commit to just getting a small hard drive, just so you can store all that away.
Or put it in the cloud. Just put it up in the cloud. Use a Dropbox. Yeah, do a Dropbox, do an iCloud, do a, if you use Microsoft, use the their Outlook, right? Just use, or even Google. Google has also their cloud stuff. So honestly, mine's all up in the cloud. It's not on my computer, right? Yeah. So I can search through it through my phone. I can do it through my computer. It doesn't matter. So that's one of the things that I use.
One of the things that we've done here in the chamber is, once we upload it to YouTube, we actually delete it. Once it's up there, it's already in a format that we want it to be in, and chances are we're not going to go back and edit it. You would rather, probably delete it and redo it if you needed to, but for the most part, that content gets sort of deleted. The other option is, get a NAS. For under $300, you can get a NAS system that's got 2 or 3, 1 or 2 terabyte drives in it that you can upload that stuff to and keep it safe. But I would suggest that Sarah's probably got the best answer, which is to put it up into the cloud. And there's other video sharing applications. Again, when you start bringing bigger video files down, sometimes it's the common ones don't work very well. They can only handle so much of a video size before you actually have to compress it to be able to send it. So good, nice answer to that one. So I'm flipping through questions here. Are selfie videos okay for my business, or would that be considered unprofessional?
Absolutely.
To get a tripod and set it up.
You can get a tripod, you can get your cell phone. This is what I use, it's just my hand a lot of the times, but I would suggest getting something to hold on to the camera so you don't drop it. That doesn't look good, but absolutely use the selfie mode, because your people are getting to know you. They're getting to know your business, right? So absolutely use the selfie mode.
Yeah, and then you can use the monkey bars at the park to stretch your arms out.
Absolutely.
So you get one really long arm for doing selfies, Yeah,
Right.
that works well. You look a little strange, but you can always pick quarters up off the ground, which is always fun. And do you recommend deleting low viewer videos?
No.
From your talk, I would say no, because
No.
any content is good content, right?
Mm.
Ask a photographer, they never delete a picture because you never know what you can cut and paste out. So even blurry ones. So that one's
On
live.
that note, I just want to, do you mind if I just share a quick story?
Sure, absolutely.
It's just interesting when you mentioned the low views. So I know it's like one of the questions was asked, this one person asked, I just posted 25 videos, I'm not getting views, so what else do I do?
Yeah.
Well, here's something that you may not realize soon, but you will notice over time. So when I first started, which was like early 2018, when I really took this seriously, again, I just put my head down and just consistently posted videos every single week. One video that I posted was called like my top 5 free script softwares. And that was a video. I didn't think much about it, just simply posted it, didn't think much of it. Well, it got maybe like a few dozen views. That was it. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Waited 6 months, it started gaining some attraction. It got a few hundred views. I'm like, oh, wow, this video is actually getting attraction. The following year, it had over 1,000 views. I'm like, whoa, this is really growing. The following year, it hit over 10,000. Now, I just checked last night, it has over 21,000 views. It is my most watched video on my channel. So the point is, again, when I talk about YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint, you're going to notice that the videos you post now may not gain a lot of attraction. You got to give it time, because who knows, your video, it may not be relevant, but maybe you're just waiting for the people to come and subscribe to your channel who are interested in that video. Or maybe it's not relevant information then, but it's going to be relevant information now, right? So again, you just got to give that stuff time before it's something significant. So do not delete the videos that get less views. Just keep them there, because who knows, you never know if they're going to gain a lot of attraction.
Can you imagine if Nostradamus had a YouTube channel way back when, with all those predictions that seem to sort of pop up all the time? I mean, my God, the guy would be a millionaire. Anybody that posted a video up about a pandemic 6 years ago, they're probably doing okay right now if they didn't delete those videos. So that's a very good point. Is there any basic tech setup you would recommend to help with the quality of my videos, lighting, tripod? I know we've covered this with Ian McIntosh on one of our webinars, seminars. I would imagine it's similar, but you're going to be doing videos sometimes in uncontrolled environments. So what would you recommend?
So if it's an uncontrolled environment, so you're outside, just use the natural lighting of outside. There's really not much you can do. If it's in a controlled environment, you can get an LED light. I've got one here, or a ring light. They work really well as well. That'll give you the right light. Having light coming in from a window also helps. So those are the things I recommend. I don't know, James, do you have anything else?
Yeah, so my biggest recommendation of all time is start by using the stuff that you have. Like, really, you don't have to go and break your bank just for the sake of your videos if you're just starting. So those first 25 videos, you can grab your phone and work with what you have. So go outside, for instance, in a sort of a quote unquote environment. There's not much you can do anyways. It's the same with me. I've made videos even to this, it's just on my phone as a selfie, and I'm in public areas and I can't control the sound, I can't control the lighting. You know what? Who cares? Seriously, who cares? Because it's uncontrolled and it's natural. That's just how life works. And it's still interesting because it's organic and it's something that you see every single day. When you're in a controlled environment, and this is something where you might want to do sort of a better impression, then again, use what you have. So you have lights in your house, you have windows. Wait till it's sunny or cloudy, stand by the windows, have a nice area, open up all the windows, all the blinds, and let natural light come in. Make sure that the environment is as quiet as possible. You don't have to invest so much into microphones if you don't know, because you can just keep the environment quiet. So tell your spouse, tell your family, tell the kids, tell the pets. Well, you can't tell
The pets aren't going to listen to you. Mine just meowed.
Make sure you turn your phone off. Well, if you have any other electronics that are going to make noises, turn those off too. So those are the easiest ways that you can have a controlled environment used to your advantage to make something good. Again, once you commit to making 25 or 100 videos and you're really in for the long haul and you really want to make your better and better and better, then you can start looking into some inexpensive things. Like you could go on Amazon and for 50 or even less than $100, you could get some really good lights, all kinds of things. But at that point, it's because you're in for the long haul, you're committing for a long time, and you're planning on making money from your videos eventually. Invest. Use what you have. And really, guys, please don't be afraid of making your videos imperfect. Imperfection means you're acting just like everyone else. You're being a human being. Exactly. You know, like if I mentioned earlier as an example, Sarah Taylor, next time she went to the Facebook headquarters, that she should document what she's doing. Like, what's she going to do? Tell everyone to stop talking?
Yeah, for sure.
What you gonna do? Like tell everyone, it's like, hey, I want all the windows open. I want everyone to stop talking. That's not going to happen. That's live. But it shows you that real environment. So don't be afraid of perfection. It's the perfection that's going to prevent you from, well, proceeding. Man, I should make that a t-shirt.
Absolutely.
The actual traffic reports right now are actually showing that videos that are very, very professional and stuff, they don't get as much views as the non-professional ones because it's real, it's natural, it's you, so it's organic.
Yeah, absolutely. I would tend to agree with that. I go to those particular ones on a more regular basis. So I'm going to get a couple more questions here when I sort of get to them quickly. Two of them I'm going to combine together, and the other one we'll see if we have time for. So, and these are from actual attendees as well. How do you use music in the video without getting copyright issues, even when it's stock music in iMovie? And along that, I feature my staff with their permission in videos. So when they leave the company later, should I remove the videos in which they were highlighted, or does it depend on the reason they left? So again, they're both kind of copyright permission related questions, so combine them. Yeah.
So when it comes to the second part, if I feature my staff, if they've given you permission, you can still use it. They've given you the written permission, go right ahead. When it comes to music, if it's iStock and it's already been approved, yeah, you can go ahead and use it and you don't have to worry about it. But if you're going to take, you know, a song that, like a music song that belongs to a rock band, yeah, I wouldn't, unless you're going to buy the copyright to it.
Yeah, you can run into some problems. Okay, I would
Big
agree
time.
with that. So that brings us to the last question. Sorry, I'm rushing because I want to respect everyone's time. I know you mentioned Instagram and Facebook. Thoughts on TikTok? I know they have a live option. And with TikTok, I know enough about it to know that they've got little sound bites where you can click a sound bite and use a silly, you know, bit of music there. So sometimes that kind of gets you around that.
Both James and I are on it. So.
Yeah, and I have TikTok. I'm not on it, but you know, it would be.
Oh, are you just creeping? Is that all you're doing is watching?
Me? Yeah. Absolutely. I'm in voyeur mode. Yeah, no, there's no silliness yet, but that's fine.
Gosh, we have so much fun. James and I like his video. He's like my TikToks. Just have fun. That's all it is. Just have fun. Actually, did 3 of them this morning.
Live mode on TikTok. I didn't know anything about that. Again, I'm a bit of a rookie.
You got to have over 1,000 followers first before you can go live on TikTok.
Okay, there's a good answer there. So that's you start with a 25 and work your way up to the 1,000, right? So,
yeah.
Okay, and
Absolutely.
last question. I think we can get this one in. When sharing my videos to my website, should I be embedding videos from YouTube or from Facebook? And is this going to help my view count and my SEO?
Yes. So if it also depends on who your client is. So if your client is more Facebook, you know, share the Facebook one. You can embed that. If your client is more your ideal client is more YouTube, then share it. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the video on YouTube, if you're looking to get SEO ranking, you'll want to use the YouTube because people use Google when they do a search. So, and Google's going to favor more of the Google video instead of the Facebook video because, you know, they still don't, they tolerate each other, right? So you don't see a lot of Facebook videos when you do a Google search, you see the YouTube videos first. So
Good answer. Okay. Well, thank you for the quick answer as well.
My
So,
pleasure.
in closing, I guess I want to thank you again for joining us and for the work that you're doing in your business every day. I want to thank our guests today, James Martin and from Magic Cut Media and Promotion, and Sarah Taylor from Taylor Media Promotions. Both did an excellent job. I think this was a really good one.
Thanks for inviting us.
What was that? Sorry?
Thanks for inviting us.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. One of the things that we have going on in the chamber, again, where we've been working with the staff to kind of figure out new content and still stay fresh, that kind of thing, different ways to keep members engaged while we're going through this pandemic. So we're going to be going to a series. We did Member Mondays for a while, which included video. Kind of hard to produce from our standpoint. You can only get through so much. Effective, and those things are still sitting on our YouTube channel. But we're going to get into, and this, I'm just sort of giving you a little teaser here, but some more self-produced video on content that you would have within your business, how to do something, maybe a little blip about your business, whatever, that we're going to help you to promote. So this is really timely, and well, we kind of did it on purpose, but to get some video skills and talk a little bit about it so that we can sort of prep and launch for that next initiative, which is going to be fun. And you'll hear more about that in the coming weeks or so. We're just working out the details on it. But again, in closing, thank you for joining us and for the work that you're doing in your business every day. We urge every leader in our community to immediately shift focus to the singular objective of slowing the pace of coronavirus. Both federal and provincial governments have enacted measures that will only be effective if all employers and really, all community members step up and do their part to protect our provincial health and welfare. Barrie Chamber is here to help you through this. Please feel free to email or call if you need something more. The office is open. I'm here every day. I am lonely. I could use a phone call or visit once in a while. Sarah popped in the other day, was great. And eventually we'll get back to normal. We also implore everyone to help please shop local. We need more now than ever to support local business, whether it's takeout from a restaurant or a gift certificate to help businesses ride out the storm. Every little bit will help someone. So take part in the big spend, which is happening on July 25th, and join the hashtag Canada United and hashtag Barrie Together campaigns over the coming weeks to directly help our local economy. So we've got a couple of really cool initiatives coming up. The first one is the Big Spend. Again, go to that bigspend.com and sign up and basically buy something local and share it out on the 25th, and that will go viral. As social distancing measures and precautions are continuing to be announced, please ensure that you continue to follow all requirements and take them seriously. They are not to be taken lightly. We are happy to be entering in stage 3 today, but our main priority is still to keep the community safe and healthy. And this is the responsibility of all of us collectively. So with that, we're only 3 minutes over time, but thank you very, very much for coming and for all of our different participants on our different channels. Have a great weekend. Weather's going to be great. Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah, I'm just going to save the chat before we bail. Perfect stuff. All right, have a great day. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Paul.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, James.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, James.
Thanks.